Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time you are listening to this or watching this. I like to greet you properly. So if you hear my voice right now, it does not sound like the normal MsLalexis because I had an amazing weekend with my mother. I had an amazing weekend with my friends and with my other cousins. It was a girls' kind of trip and it was amazing. I had so much fun. And it's so on time, and I love the relationship that I share with our creator because over the weekend, of course I had a good time. And if you follow all of my other social media platforms, Instagram, um what's it called? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere on my full name, Alexis Jones or Alexis Bilbro. Those you will see how I had such an amazing time. Feel free to check it out because it's okay to celebrate life. It's okay to, enjoy where you are and still be a child of the Most High. And that's why I wanted to talk about confidence and standards. I had some amazing conversations with some amazing people when I was visiting North Carolina over the weekend. And I was like, all right, Father, what we going to talk about on Good Mood Monday to motivate the people? How can I motivate us today to be focused, to stay where, we are planted and to continue to grow? And it's nothing like confidence and standards. Even being a child of the Creator, it's power because that's how you are set apart. I say all this to say my favorite part of the experience was being able to share my light with those that God showed me that were hurting. And I met some amazing people. And if you were listening today, girls, ladies, friends, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your love because y'all actually blessed me, and I'm not going to go into anyone's story because I wasn't, led to share that part. But I know my mom and I together, as we were able to be, amongst those that most people would either forget about or say, oh, who are you to hang out with them? Just like in the word, where when Christ was ministering, the Sadducees and Pharisees, they all were getting in their feelings like, oh, how dare they, how dare Christ be talking to them, they sinners and all this stuff. But it was just such a blessing because, this is for you today because you may be going through where you're not understanding how God is moving you and how God is positioning you to speak to different people or to go in different rooms, whether at your job or whether, in your community. And that your smile or your light that God has given you is shining, but the people that you grew up with or the people that knew you in the four walls, they giving you a hard time. I just want to encourage you today on this Good Mood Monday that when you stand on his word and you know whose you are and you have confidence and you stand by standards, you can still be blessed. You can still feel the favor of God. And I personally have a testimony for y'all on this Good Mood Monday because my mother and I, we have always been close because she was always an amazing mom far as raising us up in the word, both my sister and I, when I say us. And she was always a firecracker, and she still is. She's still in the land of the living. If you're looking at any of my social media followings, my mom is the woman that's standing beside me. And it was such a blessing because we met so many people that thought we were sisters or thought we were friends. And hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm so excited. I was full because it was such a blessing if you are a woman that is, dealing with you or dealing with how you grew up, or you're waiting for that thing to happen. This is my testimony to also encourage you. I told you I'm full and my voice is a little cracky, but me and my mom, we wasn't always close. And in the Black community, mothers and daughters sometimes, I mean, we were close, but we weren't always where it was like, oh, I'm trying to be with mommy today. Like, oh, I'm trying to go with mom, because I look a lot like my mother, but a lot of my characteristics come from a lot of my father. So I'm a mixture of both. And I just want to share this with you. And I'm feeling led, because you that's listening, this may be for you today if you don't have a relationship with your mom, or if your mom has passed and you guys weren't that close. Start to see the beauty and who God is creating you to be, and enjoy it. And if mommy is still living, start to enjoy her while she's living. Because when I tell y'all, I had an amazing time with my mom, and I saw her strength, I saw her beauty, but most of all, I saw the woman of God that she is, and the confidence and the standards that she walks by. She's not just talking this thing, she lives by this thing. And it was such a blessing to be amongst her and some of her peers, some of her friends, and different people that she, fellowships with. And we were so full, and I was able to be me with mommy, and it was just such a blessing. Like, I had such an amazing time, and I look forward to being able to see you all again and to experience that type of fellowship. But for us that that weren't there, those of you that were not there, I just want to encourage you today to walk in confidence and stand by the principles in the word, and live by standards. You can be set apart in a place where you're not either familiar with, or a place where some may look at you like, what are you doing? Your story is your story. Who God created you to be is who God created you to be. Who God has called you to minister to, and who to talk to, and where to be and where to go, that is what God is doing in your life. And don't stop that or be distracted by those that don't understand the plan that the creator has for you. I just want to encourage you today to live your life on purpose. It's Monday. You got to shake that thing. And for me, as you can tell, I am so full from the weekend. I had such a great time. I mean, the women that I met and got to talk to personally, got to pray with, and and enjoy the music, just enjoy the atmosphere. It was so much fun, and I really, I needed that. And those of you that are listening that joined me and were there, we all needed that. It was a good time, but we can't stay in the good time. You got to stay focused as well. So we're now on Monday. It's a Good Mood Monday. So we have to stay focused. You got to get back in the groove of the thing, and don't complain about what you don't have. Not trying to tell you what to do. However, I practice gratitude, because gratitude is what gets you going when you don't want to go. When you get before your creator and you're like, Father, I thank you for waking me up. I thank you for putting food on the table. It may not be the food that I really want to eat right now, but I thank you for that regardless. I thank you for who you have created me to be. This is the conversations that we must have with our creator in the early morning when we get up. So as we give thanks, we can forget about ourselves, and we concentrate on him and not worry about where we are, but we focus on whose we are, and know that we are in the palm of his hand, and we can be in a good mood on purpose, even when we should be complaining. If that is for you today, say, I'm gonna shake that thing, okay? It's Monday, y'all. Everybody be like, oh, it's Monday. Girl, trust me. I told my significant other, I shared with him this morning. I said, you know what? I am not in the mood to get back in the groove of things, but I'm going to shake this thing. And I did. And I'm so thankful to be having this conversation with you all this morning, this evening, this afternoon, depending on whatever time you're listening to this. And if it's not on a Monday, still shake that thing. It's no need in wasting our time complaining, or comparing ourselves to others' plans. I say plans because the purpose and plans are in another person's life, and if they're not there to you know, fulfill or push you forward, you may have to separate for a season, because the creator had to do that. Well, the creator in the flesh, which was Christ, I call him Yahuwah, he had to separate just a little bit from those that he knew their heart wasn't right. When God shows you the heart of a person, you must believe that thing. Don't put yourself in danger because you trying to show yourself friendly to when God showed you who they are. If that's for you, hey, I know. I told y'all, I'm the friend, I'm the sister, the cousin, auntie, whatever, that is going to share the thing that nobody else is going to say to you because they close to you. And the people close to you like to sugarcoat stuff. And everybody knows sugar is just as toxic as a drug on the street. So we can't keep sugarcoating things when we trying to grow. Okay? The days that we live in, it's time to start, not faking this thing, but walking this thing. And a part of it is walking in his peace. A part of it is being confident and standing on the standards in his word. And he said in his prayer that we are supposed to, honor him first. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Like, all of that means everything when it comes to how you carry yourself, when it comes to being bold on whose name that you walk in, who is your creator. I'm telling you, I'm on fire. I'm so excited about this week. I'm so excited about the weekend. And, there's some things that I don't want to face on this Monday, but I got to face it. So we got to shake it and get in the groove of things. But I just want to encourage you, whatever you're going through right now, you can get through it. It's going to get better. All you got to do is trust your creator. I also had posted something because I saw such an amazing little meme. And it was basically saying that, walking by true faith is being able to keep going when you don't understand the process. That's blind faith. That's like really trusting that the creator is going to keep you going. The creator's got you in the palm of his hand. Like, I don't say these things just on cliche or for y'all to just have something to listen to. I say this because I pray, hearing it from a sister that is exposing her life, that is exposing the real her, that you can see that your light will shine. And as you continue to stay close to your creator, and as you continue to read his word, not to read it just to preach to somebody, not to read it just to get the clapping hands of man, but to actually minister to those that need it. It was a few ladies. I don't want to share their testimonies or their story until I talk to y'all, because I know that you may be listening right now. But some of y'all really blessed me when you were able to share how and what you've gone through and how you were blessed by seeing my mother and I and our story. It was just a blessing, and I was so excited about that. Like, honestly, of course I love the music, of course I love the dancing. I'm a country girl, y'all. Like, I call myself country proper because I have a proper tone, but I'm also a Southern girl. Like, I love that atmosphere. And the music, of course, amazing. But the fellowship was what was so special, because you really are your brother's keeper. And you never know, when you talk to people and you hear their stories, how it actually blesses each other. Like, it was power. It's not that anybody's better or anybody thinks they're this or that, but the fellowship. But I'm getting off a little bit, but I had a flashback of one of the ladies. She had gone through so much. I will share this because I'm not sharing your name, but she had survived cancer and she was working, and it was a lot going on. And I was able to give her a mustard seed keychain, and a part of me was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it because I'm out here partying with the folks. But God is in me, and my relationship with my creator is always present. So when I gave it to her, she was like, you know what, honey, I needed that because I was struggling with something else in my current situation with, the faith that I have. And I was like, remember, this is what he told us. This is all it takes is that much faith. And trusting that God can get you through it. And I share that with you because that may be you today where you're like, Father, I don't know how to do this. Everybody around me that I love is leaving me. Everybody that I love is, not acting right, or I feel alone, or I don't know how I'm going to get to this next step. Father, you gave me the vision and now I'm trying to walk in it. I'm going to remind y'all today that all it takes is faith of a mustard seed. That little bit of faith that you have in your creator can move mountains. We got to put ourselves in the shoes of David. We got to put ourselves in the shoes of Esther. Most of my women on here. I know I have some men following me, but my friends are the girls. Y'all ladies, that we talking over here, okay? And I share this because think about Esther's story. She came from one orphanage. She came and then she was with her uncle, and then she was snatched up, and it seemed like she was being taken, but God was putting her in the palace, and it was where it was like she was born for a time as this. So if you know that you're going through something but God has showed you your purpose, then know that you're born for a time as this, and he's preparing you for the season that you're going in. But preparation is necessary, because without preparation it might kill you. Because think about who was it that touched the ark because he thought he could go before the creator. He thought he could be God, and it killed him. It was during Samuel's days where he was like, I'm gonna try to catch the ark when it was falling, and him trying to catch it, he died. So know your season. No trusting the plan is part of the process. I'm encouraging y'all this morning, like today, evening, afternoon, to shake that thing. We don't have time to waste complaining. We don't have time to worry about what they think or how they feel. If God showed you who you are, believe it and walk in it, stand in it. If you are a doctor, you start being a doctor today. Becoming is a part of the process. You got to take the first step. If you don't take the first step, you're going to stay there. So I just wanted to encourage you on this Monday to be bold, to have confidence. Start studying confidence this week. Start studying, what are my standards? Who that I am sent me. So when you're going through right now and you're getting through this next stage in your life, know that I am sent you. And enjoy the process. I also, this was a common denominator, and I share this because I do talk to a lot of people, but being able to not be in the four walls of the internet, I was able to, commune with people in a bigger environment. And one of the common denominators still, even face to face, is that we put the death in our life by speaking so negative. So as you're speaking so negative, you're killing the seed that has been planted for you to succeed. Like, don't complain about it. I know it's easier said than done. It's so easy. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm working on my weight just for health reasons because I'm pretty much a healthy chick, but I had done too many cakes and pies, and they sitting there. And the thing is, it's easy to pick up a piece of cake. It's easy to pick up the cookies, but to eat the fruit, and that's the part that you need, that's the seed that you really need. It's sweet. It provides you with the sugar that you need, but we always want the easy thing. So I'm sharing this with you that things are not going to always be easy for you to know that it's working. Sometimes it's a little hard. Sometimes it's a little challenging. You have to even look at the growth process. So I just want to encourage you today to be confident and live by, standards. Like, don't wait from that. And I personally, those of you that have been following me, or if you're listening to me for the first time, the standards I live by are biblical principles. I trust the word of God, and I believe that, no, I'm not perfect and I'm made out of people, because we all are. That's why we must humble ourselves before our creator. That's why we must give thanks. All of those things. However, I know that he is with me, and you should know that he's with you by his fruit. You have the peace that passeth all understanding. Think about it. When you're going through that long suffering, you're like that palm tree that bends through the storm and don't break. These are the things that you must remind yourself that you got it, okay? You can get through this thing. So I pray whatever you're going through today, you give it to the Creator. You say, Father, forgive me. Forgive me. First, you ask for forgiveness. Of course, you give thanks. And then you start to shake that thing. Life is so easy to complain, but it makes it harder when we complain. Just get through it. Be confident on the word. Have those standards. And when anyone comes against you and your creator has given you the peace, don't worry about that thing. What do you say? Shake the dust. Carry on. You know the plans that God showed you. God didn't give you a vision. If it lined up according to his word, then his vision will come to pass and you will walk in that thing. So again, I am excited. And if you get a chance, please check out my Facebook page. Those of you that are, what am I trying to say? Check out my Alexis Jones Facebook page, because right now this is the MsLalexis. But if you get a chance, check it out. Why? Because if you like Southern Soul, I had a blast over the weekend. And also, if you get a chance on Instagram, I got some different stuff. I kind of switched it up because I was so full with like the experience and dealing with a lot of people, and being able to know that I'm made out of people and I go through certain things in my life. However, my light was able to shine because practicing gratitude, it's like God is with you. Like, practicing being thankful and grateful, he gives you that strength. I don't know how to explain it, but one thing I can say is that his word is true. Everything in his word is true. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's why so many people love to pull scriptures or pull quotes, and sometimes they pull it wrong and it's not accurate. And when people go to it, it's not what they're saying. So it's amazing that you must read. How can I put this? You must read the word for yourself. You must get in a relationship with the creator yourself and not be bamboozled. That's why I always share with y'all, get in your word. Don't just go by my words, because my words ain't going to get you in heaven. My words ain't going to get you in that relationship with God. Just like, for example, when you are, like when you got a girlfriend that's rich, or you got somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, just because you know the person that knows somebody don't mean that you have a relationship with the somebody they know. So for those of you that may be listening for the first time, make sure you get in your word for yourself. Why? Because that's going to be your relationship with the creator. And can't nobody get you in it but you. So I just wanted to encourage you with that, because some people will quote scriptures and the scripture that they quote is not accurate. And I'm not here to tell you how to walk with the creator. I'm here to let you know that I'm a child of the king and I love it here. And I would love for his love to be in your life. Have him change your heart today. Stop complaining. That complaining is speaking death. So be confident in his word. Have standards by starting to learn and love his word. And you'll have that peace that passeth all understanding. You can walk by faith and not by sight. Whatever happens to you on every day, you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's different now. He changed my heart. I trust him. I lean not to my own understanding. You'll be able to say these things, y'all. I want to speak life because there's so many people right now that are falling. There's so many people that are dying. There's so many people that are hungry. There's so many people that are hurting. And you have so many people that are full of the word and they're sitting on it. We are here to encourage each other. Be inspired today. Lean not to your own understanding. You're going to get through this thing, and God's going to get you through it. Like I say, we winning together, y'all. I'm made out of people, and there's going to be a season and time where I will share exactly what I'm going through right now, and you'll be like, what? And you were still on these podcasts talking? Absolutely. Why? Because I trust the creator. We must trust him. Our confidence is not in man. Our confidence is in him. Our confidence is in what his word said. Our standards are our relationship with him. That's how you are set apart, because you may be in a room full of darkness. However, your light gonna shine. It's no other way, because a bright light always shines in a dark room. You can have a glow stick. There's actually a meme that that floats around on the internet where it says, you crack a glow stick in a dark room, it's gonna light up. So I encourage you today to be that person that walks in that room and you light it up. Now don't stay too long. I ain't trying to quote no King George, but those of y'all that know it, hey, it happens. Don't stay too long in that dark room. However, show people that there is an opportunity for their life to be better. We winning together over here, y'all. Like, I mean this thing. I can't stand it sometimes when I see the light in a person and I'm like, oh my gosh, but they're allowing the circumstance that they're currently dealing with to hold them down, to not allow the creator to, break the yoke of the heavy burden. Like it hurts. So I just, if you know somebody that needs to hear this, just share it with them. Why? So they can be inspired, because they may not hear it from you. They can talk about me. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that, because I know who God called me to be. And I want everybody, as he shared with us, to be able to have that peace. Salvation is a gift. It's one of the greatest gifts that I personally feel that I've received. And without it, I don't know where I would be. I don't know who I would be, honestly. So I love to share this gift that God gave me. Now, I can't, it's an old country saying, that they love to say is, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. And that's really how I feel. It's real. Like, you got to get in your word for yourself. You got to study to show yourself approved, because it's a lot going on to where the word is becoming how can I put this? Nah, I'm not. I might say that for another one. But I'm so on fire, y'all. I pray that you're encouraged. And if you would like to join in on the conversation, of course, feel free. Leave a comment if you see it on the replay, or hit me up if you agree or disagree. Let's talk about this thing. Why? Because we're supposed to be our brother and sister's keeper. We're supposed to be able to show that we are set apart. We're supposed to be able to, not act as if we don't have a living God. Our God lives. Our God speaks to us. Our God can do all things. I heard so many people's testimonies this weekend about how they were cured from this and how they were cured from that. And I'm like, that ain't nobody but God. Why? Because God is the one that has the power of life and death, like hands down. And it blessed me. I was just like, oh my gosh, this lady shouldn't even be walking. This lady right here shouldn't even be talking. And it was like, what? So I thank you guys for, joining me on this Good Mood Monday. I pray something I said to you bless you, or can help you or help somebody else. And if it annoyed you, holler at me. Let's talk about that thing. Why? Because I don't argue one with the fool because the word says so, but it's not arguing if there's something that you've seen in the word where we can edify each other. That's what it's here. That's what the conversations are here for. So again, I thank you for listening on this Good Mood Monday. I pray that you make this the best day of your life. And we can't get the time back that we have. Oh, excuse me. We can't get the time back that we have just shared together. So let's not waste no more time complaining. I'm telling you, this complaining thing is really messing us up. That scripture where he talks about death and life are in the power of the tongue. If you just start to eliminate that one thing, it's the little things that spoil the vine. It's the little, that's what messes it up. So watch what you say today. If you find yourself complaining, or if you find yourself gossiping and talking about others, be like, all right, Father, how can I heal from this? Because that's what's making you sick too. We're going to talk about that one day. I just said I ain't really ready to have that conversation, because I want to be able to, really stay on it for a while. I think I might do it live, face to face, and my schedule right now has been kind of crazy, but we really got to watch what we say out our mouth. We really got to watch our thoughts, because that, as a man speaks, that's what his heart shows. And that's why I love his word, because his word teaches you how to move. And when you move according to his word, you got that peace that passes all understanding. You even look at your own circumstance and be like, why in the world am I smiling today? I should be upset. I should be irritated. I should be all over the place. However, I'm trusting my creator today. He got me over here excited about what he gonna do in my life and in my family and my friends' life. And I say that to all of you that are listening, because it's facts. We are family, we are friends once we are a part of the kingdom of God. And when people start acting funny, you just fall back just a little bit, let them be over there. But it's okay, because you don't talk about them, you don't be nasty, you don't be extra, but you allow God to deal with their heart. You allow God to deal with them, because you got to think about it. Saul, when it came to David, oh, he won't playing. That's why David knew. He told Jesse, he said, uh-oh, I got to get away from Saul. And Jesse was like, well, let me check and see if you really telling the truth. Because at first Saul's son, didn't believe that what David saw in Saul was accurate. So Jesse had to go test him at dinner to see if he really wanted to kill David. But he wanted to kill David because David was doing the will of the Father, and Saul didn't like it. In other words, he didn't like it at all. So as David was doing what David had to do, Saul was out there being extra, telling all the folks that he want to hurt him. He don't like him. He was busy talking about him, but what that ended up doing was that ended up putting Saul in the hands of the enemy, because he then started practicing in witchcraft. And that ain't how you supposed to do things. He went backwards because his heart won't right. And that's why you got to move wisely. So if God shows you something, believe it. It might hurt that he showed you that. It might hurt the people that he shows you. But you got to walk by faith and not by sight. We are not here to, be in our own will. Once we are a part of the kingdom, we're following where God leads us. So I just want to bless you with that today. I pray that it blesses you, and it blesses someone else. And it's time to really get in your word. Read your word for yourself. Study to show yourself approved. Get in your relationship with the creator, and love people. Smile at them. Turn the other cheek. When he show you who they are, you ain't got to be nasty. You ain't got to be extra. Just believe it and carry on and pray for them. I'm telling you, his word is true. I believe his word. I'm not perfect. I'm made out of people. Trust and believe I'm made out of people. However, I'm a made out of people person that believes in the creator. I believe in his word, because his word is living and it's true. So I have definitely been on here way too long. And I just want to encourage you again to smile at somebody today. Smiling is a gift. Pray for the person in front of you or behind you, because you never know. That prayer may change and or save their life. And I say that thing, oh, I'm about to have tears because I talked to a lady that said, you know what? After this show, I was going to end my life, but you reminded me that all it takes is faith of a mustard seed. I'm sorry, guys. I got emotional. I'm such a woman. I'm a crier. If you meet me in person, as those that did, I shed tears at times because I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing is real. And if I was being shy or if I was ashamed because of, you know, oh, I love God, but I'm out here at a Southern Soul thing. And if I didn't share that with her, that would have been one life that would have been gone today, literally. So I wanted to just share that with y'all. If you are someone that is thinking about sharing the word or getting on social media or starting a podcast or, doing something that is of the kingdom of God, or if God showed you that's who you are, don't sleep on it. Somebody waiting for you. I've talked about this before. If you follow me on YouTube, there's a video where I talked about, your calling is for somebody else. You helping somebody else right now. So again, I'm full, and I got excited about that again because it blessed me. And sister, if you listen, and you have no idea how you encouraged me by being transparent with what you were going through, I definitely, I appreciate you for trusting me with your story. So enough of that. But again, I pray that you make this the best day of your life. You can't get that time back, and until next time, good day.